Let me just hide the biscuits. Just put some fragrance. What is this? This is Erin, and this is the Mediterranean honeysuckle. It's absolutely fabulous. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you guys are so very welcome to our humble abode. I love me some Fumi Nation. I love you guys. Let me start by saying that it can be very challenging because this has become a daily talk show where we come, we chat, we talk about all kinds of things. We motivate each other. We talk about fashion. I'm bringing back fitness because somebody mentioned it the other day, and I heavily rely on you for content. And one of you sent me this particular article, so to speak, about a fellow YouTuber. Her name is Dainá, and she was married to Hammett. Let me just double check this name because I'm not good. Yes, Hammett. And they were YouTubers, they were vloggers. She was married to him, and she had finally come out to talk about the demise of her marriage. And I thought about it because I haven't talked about a fellow YouTuber before. I just don't do it. And I kept on getting a lot of requests. So I said, okay, let me do my research. So when I drop Adrian off in the mornings, I go for a walk. I do a little bit of exercise. So I go up the hill, down the hill. I go and pick up dry cleaning, or I go and get groceries, or I go to the post office for one or two things that I need to ship to you guys or whatever. I actually saw one of you Fumi Nation members pregnant at Marks and Spencer. And so, you know, we as Fumi Nation, we give a little something. Anyway, so that's what I do in the mornings. And I love audiobooks. So I thought, you know what? Play her part 3 series, an hour, an episode. I'm going to link everything down below. And let me listen to her. Because sometimes we just need to be heard. And so I would put it on to play and just pop it in my pocket and listen. And 3 hours. I finished everything over a week. I'm busy. And so here is my humble take on the situation. She's divorced now. She's living, well, she's not divorced, but she's officially done with him. And she said that she doesn't want to pay for the divorce, but if it doesn't go ahead like she's expecting him to do, she will take care of it financially. She's living with her beautiful niece, of whom she hopes to finally adopt. She's an Aries baby. She's born in April, just like me. So happy birthday, Dainá. I am very proud of you. You're very strong. But Aries women are strong. And we love hard. And she loved Hammett. She loved Hammett. She loved Hammett very much. She went back to him a number of times. She put everything into the relationship. And she was also financially taking care of the home at a time when Hammett, I think, had some kind of injury. And so he had to start from scratch and, you know, get another career, which was fitness. She went to go and see him like I do with Ula. Ula has his office here. We both work from home. But Ula also has an office in the city. Sometimes if I'm in the city, I will pass by unannounced, wait for him, and then we come home together. Yes, I do. You know, and there were a lot of things that she had mentioned in the relationship about passwords and stuff like that. The same thing here. We do the same thing here. And there's nothing that I would say that she did out of place. No, she's a regular, wonderful, young woman married to a man that betrayed her trust, betrayed their marriage. And she ultimately found her strength at her most weakest point and got out. And I'm very happy for you, Dainá. So happy for you that you did not have children in that marriage, because not everybody co-parents, and sometimes that can be another chapter, another nightmare that will hound you like a cloud until those children are 18, and sometimes for the rest of your lives, because you're a parent for the rest of your life. She found out that he had cheated on her on pure happenstance. She went to the gym where he worked at, because he left in the morning 6 a.m. and didn't come till 10 p.m. And she decided to go over there for one reason or the other. I think she was in the area and she thought, let me go and have lunch with him, because this is around the time that he calls me during his lunch. So let's go and have lunch. Maybe it's just, a little, corner cafe or whatever. Nothing big. Ula and I do the same thing. And they buzzed her in because she doesn't have the code. She doesn't work there. And she found out that he hadn't been there. That the lady who was talking to her said, no, I would know this. He's not here. And so she called him, no response. She called her friend because she had this sinking feeling. Needless to say, he apologized. He pleaded for her. He wanted her back. And she took him back. And it was a terrible mistake, because at some point she was paying for a 5-bedroom house that they could no longer afford, because she was getting her income from YouTube. And they also had a joint channel from YouTube. And she was hoping that this could generate enough income to support their home that they were renting. But everything fell awry. And it hurt her deeply. Her mother told her to try and work out on the marriage. At some point, she was even living with him at his parents' home. And that was when she found out for the second time, after going back to him, that he was cheating on her again. And this time, not only with one woman, but with multiple women. You have to watch it. I lived for it. When I say that, I mean, she's such a wonderful narrator. She narrated this story. I felt I was sitting down in her sitting room on the couch listening to this, and I wanted to say, Dainá, no, he did that. That was how fabulous she was. She would pop up her champagne or whatever drink just to calm her nerves. And she said that she felt a sense of shame. I felt pride towards you. I was very proud of you. It takes a character, a very strong character, to air out their weaknesses, their insecurities, and their mistakes. Not everybody does it. Not everybody can. Dainá, you did it with grace, and you did it with class. And I admire you. And again, I'm sorry. I'm really, truly sorry that you went through that. We only learnt from your side. I'm sure when we hear his side, it might differ a little, but not too much, because he did come onto the channel in another episode when they were going through all of this to admit that he had done wrong. So it's unfortunate. It was a tumultuous marriage, and for me, Dainá, I feel you dodged the bullet. You dodged the bullet, mama. You dodged the bullet. When things happen like this, it's hurtful. And nobody wants to go through a divorce. Nobody wants to be put through this. But like you rightly said, and she had, I think, 2 episodes, all 3, on red flags that she did not heed to. The red flags are always there. The red flags will always be there. And when we don't take notice of the red flags, it's a matter of that situation begins to implode. You see, it's very much like having something on the cooker and you can see it simmering. If you don't take it off the hot plate, it's going to implode because it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. You see it and it's a red flag, but you don't do anything about it. You think, I can get to the bathroom or I can answer the door before the lid will blow off. It's the same thing with a relationship. You think, oh no, it's nothing, I'm jumping the gun. But the red flag is a red flag because whatever circumstance that happened, it drew your attention to it as not right. It gave you that vibe. Something is not right. That was why you drew your attention to it. Now, if you don't take care of that situation, what do you think will happen? It goes on and it gets worse. And so, because you did not take heed to those red flags, that was what led you down the path of finding out that he was cheating. Because you did not have to go and see him that day at the gym. You had no reason to whatsoever. But the day would have come. And when you went into his emails and you saw the hotel receipt, the day was going to come. You might have even rented a room at a hotel for whatever job, brand deals and stuff like that, because she has about 220 plus thousand on her YouTube channel. You could have been going up into the hotel to see your husband walking out with somebody else. It would never have gotten better. I think that's what I'm trying to tell you, to give you that small comfort, to say that this marriage is done and dusted. You did everything. And I think what I know you will take with you is the shopping bag of lessons, because it lets you notice them much quicker than later in the next relationship. I've been where you are, Dainá. And at that time, I thought I would die. I would never cope. I dodged the bullet. Not only did I dodge the bullet, the truest and most wonderful human being turned out to be my husband. And he's my best friend. And it will happen for you. It will happen for you. Your world is just beginning to open up. And might I dare I say, I think because of the courage that you have had to do this docu-series. It will start from here. I think you are going to be a wonderful ambassador and an example for women worldwide on how to cope, stand up, dust off your heels, dust off those lashes that you love to apply, and move on with your life. You're a mother, you're a wonderful daughter, so proud, and you are worth it and more. And it's his loss. It is his loss. So guys, do not forget to watch the episodes below. I am going to give you a little bit of life lessons and things that I have learned along the way. I love Oprah. My dream is really to have a talk show. I don't know when, don't know where, but I know that the time will be wonderful and it will be right. Not necessarily now, because I have Adrian and I have to be mama to Adrian. But once Adrian has gotten a little older, yeah, I don't mind, I can do it. And what I loved about Oprah was that you hardly saw Stedman. Stedman has been there from the beginning, but you hardly saw him. You know she's solid. You know she's in a solid relationship. You hardly saw Stedman. When I started YouTube, Ula didn't want anything to do with it at all. I didn't mind. I also did not really know YouTube per se. And I just felt that, Fumi, go ahead and do what you gotta do. Ula has always had his career. He is in the world of information and technology. And that was a huge, and still is, help and assistance for me when it comes to digital social media. He was the one that suggested it. He was the one that came and said, Fumi, I think in 2014, he said, Fumi, listen, YouTube is the new TV. And you can do it. You're so good at what you do. with my job at Yves Saint Laurent at that time, because the girls would come in, I would do their makeup, and it was very much like a therapy session, because they would find themselves in a safe space with me where they felt comfortable enough to tell me what was going on in their lives, and I would give them advice and all of that. And he would come and pick me up at night. I always did the night shifts because everybody else were moms and they had to go home to their children, so I didn't mind doing the night shift. And so he would pick me up because he didn't want me to walk home late at night. And one day he saw me and he said, "Fumi, you can absolutely do this and speak to multiple women at once on YouTube." I got to 1,000 followers relatively quickly because I did my Louis Vuitton collection and my Hermes collection, and I got to 1,000 followers really quickly. And YouTube here in London invited me to the head office, and they said that, "Oh my God, you should have Ula onto the channel." You know, they were like, "Oh, you guys are such a wonderful couple. You're a mixed couple. You will have so much to give to your viewers and everything." And I said, "Yes, that would be wonderful, but he's my husband, you know, and he's my husband first. And if I can't do and carry this channel on my own, then I'm not good at what I do." And I always remembered how Oprah just didn't bring her hubby to the channel. And I say this because I've been here a while and I've seen many couples and the husband is no longer there. They have broken up. One of my favorite couples that I really liked was an Australian couple. I can't remember her name. Beautiful girl. And they had a baby. They had another, 2 girls, and they broke up. It was quite shocking. And then I began to see, you know, so many couples just break up. And I'm going to say this on behalf of YouTubers, for DANIA as well, and what I knew and what I was going to avoid. We put our lives out there. We come out and we give out information about us, about topics, about products, vlogging, and in more ways than one, we are hiding in plain sight. We are hiding in plain sight. And I did not know this until very recently. And I was shocked because I thought I would be really, you know, ready. It can be very unnerving when you have a lot of followers. There was a point where I thought, I don't like this. And I don't. Do I love you guys? Yes. I don't like the famous part of it. And I have heard so many people and celebrities say this. I didn't know it until one day I went out and I saw Fumi Nation all the way from the second I left, got out into the city, all the way to when I came back. I love meeting you. It's just that there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide anymore. And I also realized that it must be tough for a lot of you younger girls, that when everything is going well and wonderful, my husband, my children, my this, my that, we introduce our lives to you. So it's very natural for you to say, "Where's Ula? Where's Adrian?" If I have them here on the channel every day, yes. I have brought you into my world. I can no longer now decide to take you out. And so Ula said, well, first and foremost, for me, Adrian is a baby. He's a child. I don't want him ever, 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 ever to be on your channel. I was shocked because I thought it was going to be a done deal. And he said no. I said, what? We talked about this. We argued about this. He said no for me. I don't want him there. He's a child. We have to protect him. And I want us to protect our marriage. And we have to have something from us because you give so much to Fumi Nation on a daily basis. If you're not on Insta stories, you're posting on the grid. You're on TikTok, you're on Twitter, you're on YouTube stories. You are constantly giving. I want something for us. And he was so very right. Because like Dainá was saying, part of her income was generated from a channel that had her husband and herself on. And so when they were breaking up, there was nowhere for her to run or hide. They couldn't make the money and they were hiding in plain sight. So when you are doing YouTube, for those of you that are coming in, success is a wonderful and interesting thing. You never see it coming. You never see it coming. And when I was at 50, 30,000 for 7 years, I was in my little world and space where I could do whatever I wanted to do and it was fine. And then you're at 600,000 and counting. And you can imagine those that have millions and millions and millions of followers. It's a lot. It's a lot. And when you have a breakup, you're breaking up in front of everybody. And you want to grieve. And you want to have alone time. And you want to be able to function. And this is the part of the hiding in plain sight. YouTube is my job. I don't have a 9 to 5 like a lot of you guys do. I have to come back to work and smile and be happy and be all of these things. And that was, I think, a lot of what Ula was talking about. You have to keep stuff to yourself. Because when things happen in the family and there are other things that nobody needs to know. It's nobody's business. You have to have barriers. You have to have borders. And you have to protect the family. You have to keep your distance and you have to have boundaries. And may I say that I have a wonderful balance. I love the way it turned out. Because throughout the career, I had people saying, Fumi, you know your numbers can come up because Ula is white. They love that. You will be able to get more followers. And I said, no. Ula can be green for all I care. He's my husband. He's my husband. He's the love of my life. He's my best friend. I am not going to trade him in for a couple of bucks. If I cannot do it on my own, then I should find another job. Then I can't do it. I'm not going to trade in my son either. And that is what has given me a very healthy balance. And I advise against it. I really do. Don't come up onto YouTube with your husband, with your children. Don't do it. Keep that separate. If they don't love you, they don't love you. And they will not love you more if you bring your family. You just give them more to talk about. And it makes your life much more difficult. That's all I can say about that. And that is what was challenging for Dainá. Dodge the bullet. Dodge it all the way around. And don't make your life more complicated than it is. All right, my darlings. I am so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. And I like when I hear stories like this. She seems to be healing. And I think, well, she did say that. That was why she was coming out here and telling her story. So guys, go ahead, support her, follow her. And guys, do not forget to like and to subscribe, to hit the notification button, to let me know what you think down in the comment section. We are 609,000 strong. But do you know, YouTube let me know that we have, daily viewers of 1.2 million. But only half are subscribed. Yeah. We are already at 1 million followers. Half of you are not subscribed, so you have to subscribe. And then some of you might know, some of you might not. I am having the first meet and greet ever here in London. It's a kickoff. And I'm so excited to meet you guys. It will be on my birthday, the 16th of April. We're going to have food, we're going to have cake, we're going to have champagne, we're going to have drinks. We're going to have 3 sister-to-sister episodes of your choosing. Whatever topic you would love for us to discuss, we will discuss. We will have step and repeat, and you guys will walk away with fabulous, heavy goodie bags because I'm collaborating this meet and greet with OPV Beauty. Yes, my darlings, get your tickets because they're selling out super fast. I'm so honored. I'm so humbled. I can't believe it. I'm a bit nervous, you know, because I'm just like, I'm going to meet all of you guys, and it's been such a long journey for the two of us. It's been way, way, way overdue, and I cannot wait to celebrate my day with all of you. So that's all I gotta say, my darlings, and I will see you I will see you sooner than later. This dress is by Zara. I just live for it. It's like my Diana Ross moment, and I am really just sleeping very well. I'm eating my vegetables. I've started exercising again, so my skin is really glowing. When I exercise, sleep well, I promise you, all the junk and the pores come out, and my face just looks, you know, cute again. Really it does. I'm 53. I'm going to be 54 in a month. So I'm super excited, and I'm living and loving my 50s. And I want you guys in your 30s to know that this is a learning platform. We are living longer. So if you're in your 30s, you've got another 60 years to go, because pray God Almighty, you live to your 90s. This is where you have room to make all of these, not mistakes, but redirections. You think you're going this way, but you're going to be redirected that way. And I am a living, breathing example of that. My life has not been the norm of my family, of my schoolmates, of my university colleagues. I have always been the one that went in another direction, and it worked out for me eventually. Yes, it did. I married at 40 when majority of my friends were married at 25, but they're all divorced. My friends are in their 50s and they feel that life is over. And technically mine is just beginning, hoping to have that talk show, coming out with a wonderful brand and other brands in development, having a wonderful young son, and having a wonderful marriage, because I was so lucky to be redirected until I found my best friend. And I'm 54, and it's as if I'm just starting out, and I love that. And it can be the same for you. So remove the outside noise. Don't tolerate nonsense. Know who you are. Love who you are. And that love is what will keep you going, because you will forever know your worth. All of my love, my darlings. And I will see you sooner than later. Mwah. Ula is going to come and do my pictures now, since you don't see him that often. Like I said, his office is in the back. So he's finished work today earlier, so he said he'll help me so that he can do all of my photo shoots and everything. So we're going to have a little photo shoot, because we need that for the thumbnail that you guys see for all of the videos. It's Ula that does everything. All right, enough talking. Ula! Hello, my darling. Come and say hi to Fumi Nation. Yes. Stop being shy. Okay. All right. Blur, look at him.